are these people?
Kit Klarenberg, we all know him. He's an Indie Media Award honoree. I got a sound coming out somewhere. There it is. All right. He published this, I think it was this morning, or maybe he published it the other day, but he shared it this morning and I caught it and I'm like, I made an audible and I'm like, we got to share it. We got to put something about this in. And that's when I decided to make a slideshow and only pull out a couple paragraphs. Go read this over at Global Delinquents. That's just at kitklarenberg.com. You have to type the www. If you don't, it doesn't always redirect you depending on your browser. An Al-Mayadeen investigation. He's talking about the collapsing empire and how the U.S. aircraft carriers are now dead in the water and they are vulnerable.
Yes.
And our carrier fleet is not nearly as powerful as it is being sold on TV. What? Huh?
A new world order awaits.
Something like that. Man, Mads, welcome to the stream. All right. An Al-Mayadeen investigation of July 19th laid bare the Navy's crushing defeat by Ansar Allah in Washington's initially vaunted Operation Prosperity Guardian. All right, that's where they sent all these ships to the Middle East. Western media has finally acknowledged the empire's comprehensive trouncing by God's partisans in an epic David versus Goliath triumph. Where have I heard that framing before? But
we've heard that one a few times, yeah.
Elsewhere, too,
yep.
Reporting on the much-hyped USS Eisenhower aircraft carrier strike group's return to base after months of relentless bombardment by the resistance amply underlines how aircraft carriers, the core component of U.S. hegemony for decades, are quite literally dead in the water. Wait, I really have not heard very much about this part of it, honestly. So I'm like, wait, what?
What?
He goes into a bunch of stuff about how there was a naval exercise back in the early 2000s that the Chinese, they basically simulated going to war with the Chinese over the Taiwan Strait, sending a carrier group there, and they said that within 2 weeks in the simulation, all the soldiers had been killed and all the carrier group had been sunk. And so they started rigging the war game and restricting and limiting the exercise so that the U.S. would win the war game in the end, and not actually defending that policy from that point.
Not to be confused with War Games, the movie.
No.
Completely different thing.
Yes. So Kit's conclusion is that, to draw from Operation Prosperity Guardian, is that aircraft carriers have been proven beyond any reasonable doubt to be a redundant relic of a bygone unipolar age.
Yeah.
The Empire's bloated, exorbitantly expensive military machine, built in recent decades, exclusively suited to one-sided gang beatings of adversaries that can't retaliate, is now unable to meet the challenges of modern warfare. By contrast, the resistance have effortlessly innovated and equipped themselves for the 21st century battle and been a lot more economical about it.
Yeah,
so
that's the important bit.
I mean, how much they take out, what it costs them to take out a carrier,
Well, and a lot of these are like retrofitted stuff. They're old equipment with Band-Aids put on it just to keep them floating. Like, it's just the general paper tiger effect that the U.S. military has now become. It's essentially Northrop Grumman and Raytheon and loads of military contractors upselling their equipment for, 6-7 decades now.
But where's 900?
So,
aren't we buying new aircraft carriers because we're giving them $900 billion a year already to the military? I mean, yeah, we've got to fund all the salaries and all the bases and all the. I mean, there's not that much, honestly, left over. Sadly, when you lay all that money out for all that other stuff, plus the wars.
War doesn't happen on the open sea anymore. Like, that's part of the problem, is that it takes place in localized areas, where you could 9 million more on drone equipment is going to do you way better than one aircraft carrier. So, you know, I mean, it's also for us, we have aircraft bases anywhere in the world. We don't really need them. That's part of it. You know, it used to be you needed it because we needed fuel requirement in the Pacific. You know,
it's actually no, it's more than it's mobile reinforcements is what you have.
Yeah,
where you can effectively set up a city in a
city
at sea outside to further intimidate and make happen what you're
and you
trying
throw
to
a
make
couple of battleships next to it, bombard it from the but like that's not how things work anymore. So
that's about what hey, how about that wrapped up pretty nicely. But support independent media, like I said, support INN, support the Zago brothers, independent art as well. They are independent, we're independent. It just kind of works, independence helping each other. And this is, nobody else is going to do this for us. They got billions. We got us. And we got you. So thank you. Really. I love you all.